All right, so I'm here with David. David, how old are you?
So I'll be 40 next month.
And are you originally from Arizona?
I'm from El Paso originally.
You're from El Paso.
El Paso, Texas.
El
yeah.
Chuco.
El Chuco town, yeah.
El Chuco town.
Yeah.
And what brings you all the way out here to Arizona, bro?
When I got out of the army originally, I came out here with my wife, and we ended up getting divorced and stayed out here. She had a friend that lived out here, and she really liked it, so we kind of gave it a try, and we just stayed out here.
How long have you been out here for?
Almost since 2009. So it's been 10, 11, like
About
12 years.
Maybe 12 years?
Yeah, just a little over 12 years.
13?
Yeah. The oldest. Yeah, 13 years.
And what's your current situation right now? You homeless?
Yeah, I'm homeless. Yeah, I've been homeless for the last 4 years.
For the last 4 years?
Yeah.
What happened that you ended up homeless?
There was a situation with the police that ended up putting me on the street, and it was all a misunderstanding, and nothing ever came out of it. But it ruined my stability that I had, you know.
Yeah.
Because I had a job, I had a place to live, I had a family where we were comfortable, and then that happened, and I wasn't allowed to go back to work there, and I wasn't allowed to go back to the apartment where I stayed at, and you know, it was just a downhill battle, or an uphill battle after that. So, but
So after that incident, you lost everything?
yeah, I lost everything, and then you know, with my misdemeanors, picking up all these misdemeanors, being homeless, trespassing, and people don't give you apartments when you have records like that, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been hard.
Do you have kids?
I have 2 kids.
You have 2 kids. What are their ages?
Their ages are my oldest is 14 and my youngest is 11. So he'll be 11 next month.
Are they
in
both
August.
boys?
Yeah, both boys.
Do they know about dad's situation?
I think they know as much as they ask. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think my parents and my ex-wife tell them everything, but they don't lie to them. You know, so they tell them what they ask them.
Yeah.
So if I don't know exactly what the extent, as far as what they know, but I'm pretty sure they do. They, you know, maybe not the, you know, not the explicit, you know, all that bad stuff, but as far as being homeless, yeah, they know that. You know, I'm homeless.
So they still keep in contact with your mom and dad?
With my mom and dad, I haven't had contact with them in
What about your kids?
years.
Do they talk to their grandpa and grandma?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's good, man.
they have a relationship. They go and see them every chance they get. So.
And what about you? Do you keep in contact with your kids and your parents?
With my parents, I just recently kind of you know, we tried this again where they tried doing an intervention on me one day and it didn't work very well. So now we're kind of starting this again. And then as far as my kids, I haven't talked to my kids in 4 years.
And why is that, bro?
My ex-wife took custody of him when all this happened.
Okay.
So
Is it because you can't get in contact with them, or is it just that you don't want them to?
no, it's
know about
because
the situation?
it's because at first she took custody of my kids when when she found out I was doing drugs and stuff like that. I never put them in danger or anything like that, but she didn't feel like it was a safe place for them to be, and so then after that, everything just became so much harder to be able to maintain, like I said, a job because of what happened before. So now I can't pay for, you know, what I need to pay for the courts for me to be able to see my kids, and it's more than when you're a violent criminal. You know, they say you can't get out of the system. It's the same thing when you're a parent. If once you lose custody of your kids, it's so hard to get back. You know, it's
the reason why I ask that is because I have 2 kids of my own, bro, and that would just kill me.
Yeah.
I couldn't see them, man. But what is it like out here being homeless in Tempe, bro? Like, is it dangerous out here?
You know, I never thought it would be, but yeah, it's quite. There's some places that I wouldn't go after dark. Especially like we were talking about, especially out here, like the bottom out here. They just have rules and stuff like that, you know, for the most part, they stick to themselves, but they don't like outsiders. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I respect that, because that keeps their tight knit community tight knit.
So someone like me couldn't just go down there and ask if I could get interviews down there.
I mean, you could ask and stuff like that, but I don't know how open they would be to it, because there's a lot of people that have been down there for over 20 years.
Yeah.
And you don't realize how many people are down there. There's probably over a couple hundred people there.
There's actually homeless that's been living down there for 20 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, there is, and they've just made it their lifestyle, and because a lot of them, I've talked to a lot of them, and they didn't feel like this society was agreeing to what they thought was a way of living,
Yeah.
And so instead of trying to conform to society, they just stayed out there where nobody bothered them, And if there's like-minded people back there,
Is the majority of people that are down there in the river bottom, do they like that type of lifestyle, or is it that they're just addicted to some substance and they have no other option and they need to go down there?
I can't speak for them, but as far as the people that I have talked to, it's not necessarily a substance issue. It's not necessarily a legal issue. It's just a way of life. It's just like, when you were younger, you had people that lived in when I was younger, we had people that lived in huts in our neighborhood, and then some people lived in houses,
Yeah.
and it wasn't shame. You weren't shamed as long as you had a place to go. That was fine, and that's kind of how it is with them. It's not, everybody respects them, and they respect everybody else. So we don't. As far as why they're down there individually, I wouldn't be able to tell you, but it's something that you might want to ask them, and they might answer your questions.
What do you do out here to survive, bro? How do you get your money to eat every single day?
Well, I'm on disability from the Army, so I get a monthly check, but it doesn't go very far. Like, by the end of the month, I'm left with like 10 days, 10 days, and 10. I try to get a room for the most part, but it gets harder because they increase the prices. They try to kick you out for every little thing. You can't bring guests. You can't do this. You can't. They're strict. I understand it, but it gets expensive. So at the end of the month, it's hard. Like right now, it's been a struggle. So as far as what I do, what I can. I mean, like with my friends, they have a couple. I have a couple guys that I work with that they not work with, but he trims trees and I help him out every once in a while.
So you do like odd jobs here and there?
Yeah, like odd jobs. Yeah, I mean.
Do you ever panhandle?
No, I can't get myself to do that, man. It's one of those things that I haven't been able to get myself to do. But yeah, other than that, it's basically. I mean, I never thought of myself to to go and steal something from the store or anything like that. But
what about substances? Do you mess with the blues?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I've been on them for 4 years, 3.5 years.
How did you get introduced to the blues, bro?
When I was in the Army, I got hurt, and so they prescribed me oxy,
Yeah.
and so I got hooked on that, and then they cut me off. So that kind of sent me to the streets and having to buy them on the streets, and then that's when they started coming out with the fake blues or fake 30s. I was trying to get real oxy, but then I ended up getting the fake 30s, and a couple times me and my girl, she almost OD'd because we didn't know what they were. We thought they were real pills, and but that's how we got introduced to them, because they were cheaper, they were stronger, and I mean, it just, honestly, the truth, it just numbs everything away.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's not for anything pharmaceutical. Like it might be a minimal portion of it, but everything else is just to numb everything away.
When you're on them, you don't think about anything?
No. Mm-mm. Just try not to come down.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. What are the blues going for out here, man?
It varies. Like I've seen them go down it depends on how many you buy. Like if you buy a lot, like if you buy 50 or more, you can get them for about $2 or for $1.50 a pill. But individually, they go for about $5 $5, no more than $5. A few years ago, they were going for $10, $15, $20, and
crazy,
for a long
man.
time they stayed at $8.
That's crazy.
Like when I first
cheap.
started, yeah,
That's really cheap.
yeah. So now that's why the addiction has gone through the roof, because now you can buy 50 pills and they're not gonna last you as long. You know, you're just gonna keep smoking, or however you do it. And that's the problem that I've had, is that when they were $10 a pill, it was harder for me to get 50 of them. You know,
Yeah.
now it's so much easier. And you know, when I go to the hospital or when I go to jail or whatever, they ask me how many I do. I'm up at about 30 pills a day, and so to come down off of that, it's.
Do they ask you when you're getting booked into the jail? Like, do they ask you how high your tolerance is?
Yeah, they ask me how many
Is
pills.
that what they're trying to figure out when
Yeah, because they want to see
that?
how they have to monitor you, how they
Okay.
have to
So
approach
they
your
actually
situation.
watch you when you get locked up.
Yeah, like it depends. Like if like in my situation, they've always, every time I go in, I'm in like a medical hold. They're not a hold, but like it's called like for observation
Yeah.
for like 3-4 days until I detox, and then after like the 5th, 6th day, then they put me back into like general population or whatever.
Okay.
So, but yeah, they try to do their part on, as far as so that you don't die on them, I guess,
Yeah,
because
I know
it's bad. It could
I've
be
heard
bad.
of some people that get locked up. I actually interviewed someone that actually got locked up,
Hmm.
and she ended up passing away because I guess she was coming down
Yeah.
off the blues. And
Yeah, I've heard of a
heart
lot.
couldn't take it.
I've heard of a couple people that same thing has happened. A couple people that from alcohol, and a
Yeah.
couple people from benzos, like Xanax and stuff like that. But now a lot more that I've heard from because they don't know the side effects. They didn't know the side effects of taking 40 pills a day, and there's some people that are taking 50 pills a day.
yeah,
So to come down off of that, and you make that your lifestyle, and then you just strip it away. It's hard to it's hard to just take it away like that, and your body's not used to it.
yeah.
So
All right,
But-
man. Well, hey, man, thank you for giving me
All right.
this interview. Thank you for sharing your story.
yeah, thank you, man.
I really do appreciate it. And are you okay with me using this on my YouTube channel?
Yeah.
And just in case some of my subscribers want to reach out to you with any sort of help, donations, or anything like that, do you have any social media or anywhere where they can contact you?
Right now I'm working on getting all that stuff, but I have an email. My email is it's Garcia David 10 at gmail.com.
Okay.
So,
how do you spell all that?
GARCIA DAVID 10 at gmail.com.
All right. Thank you,
Okay.
David.
All
I
right.
appreciate it.
All right, thank you, man.